Alright, so in this video, I want to feature my friend Val here because she has a really important message for those living with anxiety, which is super high right now. But regardless whether or not you have it now or before, you know what, Val is like a great example. So Val, how long have you been experiencing anxiety?
For a very long time, since I would have to say 15. I take medication for it. I've had traumatic things happen in my life, but it definitely, the anxiety kind of pulls it in a lot.
Or when you first found out, was it something you were like, oh, this must be normal, so I'll just continue with it? Or were you like, no, I need to treat this now?
It was like, I need to treat this now. I didn't enjoy living with anxiety. It can really haunt you. It can haunt your mind. It takes over. So it definitely can ruin your day. Like, for instance, like I would get like these moments where I'm driving and all of a sudden something in my past would show up in my mind and I just cannot continue my day. Like my whole day ends up being ruined. And like, because it just like ruins it. Anxiety it comes in different stages. It can be depression or just something that like you think about that can make your heart like pound really hard, get a panic attack. So it's definitely something that you have to address for sure.
Now, does this show up randomly, or do you know the triggers and then you're like, all right, an episode's gonna come?
Yeah, so it does come up randomly, but I know what to do now when it does come up. Before it was just I didn't know how to handle it, especially in the beginning. You don't know how to handle it. You don't know what to do. You don't know what it is. You think something's wrong about you, but like it's never that way. It's just your mind, pretty much trying to make things more complicated with your life, pretty much. So I did see a therapist for a bit, if that's what you mean, or
yeah, I mean friends, therapists, parents.
Yeah, yeah. So it runs in my family, anxiety. So it's very genetic. So I knew that from the beginning. My mother, she suffers from anxiety. My sister suffers from anxiety.
Oh, geez.
So I try my best to make sure that I can go through my day without ever getting anxious in any way.
How was your progress towards that to get from, oh shoot, I'm experiencing these symptoms, to, you know what, I can manage it?
Yeah, so in the beginning I used to get panic attacks all the time. Literally almost every week, almost every day. It was like really bad, and I ended up seeing a therapist, and it's very, very important to have someone to talk to, even if you're anxious or depressed. It's extremely important, and that actually helped me a lot. Like I obviously ended up taking medication on top of it, but being able to talk to someone that can understand your level of anxiety, it definitely helps for sure.
Now, what advice do you have for people that are experiencing the early stages of it, I guess? Because I find that there's a lot of denial.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That comes from the beginning stages.
Yes. So something that I definitely would recommend is don't ever put yourself down. Don't ever think that there's something wrong with you, because it's not you, it's your mind telling you that. Don't ever try not to overthink, because it will take over you. And think about things that you can do to help prevent that from happening. Like meditation is a big thing you can do to keep yourself calm.
Yeah, there's that one spectrum of not thinking something's wrong, but also maybe the other part where they just downplay it. They're like, nah, it's just normal. Everybody goes through this, so it must be normal. I'm not gonna do anything about it. So there's that part too.
Yeah, that definitely. So I have a lot of friends that think that way.
Okay.
And you can definitely think that way, but and try and figure out something more healthy where you don't have to take medication in order to help your anxiety. A lot of people, they meditate for one thing, or they find things that like diffuser, essential oils.
There's a lot of tools.
Yeah, the great thing about now, the world now, is that they realize that mental health is really big.
Yeah, exactly.
And like there's so many things that you can do to help that. Like there's like hotlines and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And like and a lot of works, like if you did need the day off, a lot of works 100% understand. If you're like, I need a mental health day, they understand that. So it's a lot easier to live with
for sure, compared to like 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's a lot easier, but definitely don't ever avoid your anxiety, your mental health. Don't ever avoid it, because it can accumulate, and you don't want that.
So that's this for this part. And the next part, we are going to, well, she is going to demonstrate how she incorporated her dog. Yeah, for all the dog lovers out there, this is a must watch. How she incorporated a dog, trained her dog to become a service dog, specifically towards her needs and anxiety. So with Jade, she'll be popping on here shortly. What made you decide to like give her service dog training?
So it actually started where I was having anxiety attacks recently, and it almost felt like it was getting worse. So I just thought, like, I need a service dog that'll help me with certain things like panic attacks or things like that. They'll keep me calm, because I worked with dogs for so long, and they usually, and all the time, they keep me calm. So I just thought, I'm gonna get a dog for that reason.
Oh, is that the reason?
Yeah.
I thought you decided after you got Jade.
No, yeah, I literally bought her for that reason.
And did, like, so she's a Doberman.
Yes.
Are they known to have that kind of training, or?
So Dobermans, they're really good at training. They love to work. Sorry, she's yawning right now. They love to work. They love to obey their owners. They love to be obedient. They're extremely loving. They love their owners. So that's why I thought that a Doberman would be a good fit for me, in that sense.
And how old was she when you started training her?
I started at 12 weeks.
Whew.
She was at 12 weeks old, yeah.
And how long did it take?
Still happening. But she's progressed so well. So I never really had problems training her during her puppy training.
Okay, cool. So let's see what Jade can do. So what is she doing right now? What's her procedure?
So right now she's trying to stop me from moving my legs, and she's noticing that I'm like in distress. So she popped up here to put her body weight on me to stop. To stop me from having any sort of anxiety whatsoever.
Okay.
So, like, yeah, she reacts to those things. Good girl. What a good girl. Yeah, good girl. Oh, baby. Good girl.
So that's the medications. So she's trained to grab them.
Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Over there. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Good girl. Good girl. Bring it here. Bring it here. Good girl. Good this. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Good girl. Bring it here. Good girl. What a good bird. So you definitely have to love dogs. You have to have patience as well, because sometimes they won't react the way that you want to, and to actually think that you suffer from extreme anxiety, even if it's PTSD or depression. I think that would be the best time to think about getting a service dog for that reason. If there are things that trigger your anxiety when you are walking down the street or driving or anything like that, I would definitely recommend getting a service dog for sure. The difference between a emotional support dog and a service dog is with a service dog, they go through training. They must go through training and be able to be extremely obedient anywhere you go. And with an emotional support dog, they are just pretty much there to support you
that's right.
without any training.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit different with them. Is just because, like, for instance, Jada, she knows how to do certain things to prevent me from having an anxiety attack or whatnot,
right.
But not an emotional support dog. They wouldn't know what to do.
Plus, a service dog would only be catered to you, like Jada and you. She can't cater to anybody else.
Yes.
And therapy dogs, they can.
Yes.
They can pretty much go to anybody in, what is it, popular in hospitals.
Yes.
There's nursing homes that they can just. Oh, and service dogs, you pretty much have to own them, right?
Yes. Yeah. Definitely. So sometimes the administration of service dogs. They sometimes they provide you with the dog, but for instance, like, I taught my dog to become a service dog and then got her certified. So there are different ways to.
Oh shoot! You can be given one, like all trained.
Yeah, it's all trained and everything. They have to go through a test, and if they pass the test, they give you a dog. So it's So there's different ways.
So you don't even need to train the dog.
Like yourself, you don't need to, but you can definitely get someone to train the dog for you.
Well, that's an option if you're not a dog trainer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But when you do end up getting the dog, I feel like you still have to do some training
for sure to maintain that.
To maintain the level of training that they have.
Cool. Okay. Well, that's that for service dogs gearing towards anxiety. If you have any questions, do comment below and I will see if I can get the information. Yeah, please do like and subscribe to my channel, and thank you for Val and Jade for being such great guests.
Thank you for allowing us to be part of this.
Bye for now.
Thank you.